was just sitting here doing some reading, one of my favorite books. As a matter of fact, this book is the whole reason I decided to do this particular painting project. I've told you before, it's called I'm the Legend of the Son of Man. One of the most fascinating books I've ever read, and really the reason that you and I got so involved business-wise, 24 years ago. It's a novel on the life of Jesus. And I decided to paint some of the fascinating characters from this book. One of the reasons I just love this book is that you take us into the life of Jesus, into places that we just don't naturally go. And the character that I've been painting for the last couple of weeks is a perfect example of this. Most people who went to Sunday school know that Mary and Joseph and the baby Jesus ran from Bethlehem and went down into Egypt to escape King Herod. And that's as far as we go. Then we know they came back at some point. You take us on in this novel on the life of Jesus, where you fill in the missing years. You take us into what it might have been like for a Jewish family in Egypt. And you place them in the city of Alexandria. And there, the family meets a man named Xantrippe. Let me read to you just how your book describes Xantrippe. He was the oldest man I had ever seen. This is Jesus talking. Skin browned and wrinkled like a late-season fig, smile playful, partially revealing a speckled row of alternating blackened and yellowed teeth. His hair was white, his beard gray, with a body so slight it appeared he could lie flat and slide under a door. So Xantrippe is known by the street people of Egypt as the king of Egypt. He loves Egypt. He's crazy about the pyramids, and he more or less adopts Jesus. They become close friends would be an understatement. I just want to ask you, since you wrote the book, why Xantrippe? Why did you create a person in Egypt to adopt and love Jesus?
Well, one of the things about the life of Jesus, the reason you say to people, "Oh, I wrote a novel on the life of Jesus," they go, "Oh, that's very interesting," because we view him as a stoic individual, and you can't look at the first 5 years of his life and view him stoic, because he immediately is run away into a foreign land.
Yeah.
And a foreign land which was not necessarily friendly. There was only one city that was even viable for a Jewish family to live in, and that would be Alexandria, where they had the first libraries. And Xantrippe is a character who lives on the streets, because one of the great prides of Alexandria among its elite was to allow for cultural differences and to accept those who lived on the street, to take care of them rather than criticize them. So that's allowed an individual like Xantrippe, who could express affection to a Jewish family without fear, to guide this little boy in some of the more unseemly aspects of life, and to teach him how to remain faithful to a code of ethics while doing so.
One of the things Xantrippe did, a huge event in Jesus' life as a young, very young fellow, is take him on a trip to the pyramids. They had to beg Mary and Joseph to allow them to go, but they agreed. Xantrippe loved the pyramids, talked about them constantly, and so he and Jesus trekked across the desert to go and see the pyramids, and that's what I depicted, the arrival, really the first morning. You can see morning is it's dawn, and the light is just coming up over the pyramids, and they've arrived, and Xantrippe looks Jesus in the eye, and Jesus looks Xantrippe in the eye and can scarcely contain his excitement. We're here. We're at this place that you've talked about my whole life, ever since I've known you, the pyramids. So I tried to paint.
And Xantrippe's line was, "Leave it to the Egyptians to build something. that when you climb it and get to the top, there's no
No
place to stand.
That was Xantrippe. So I love I'm the Legend of the Cinnamon, so much so, and I love reading on my Kindle. So just to let you know, you can read I'm the Legend of the Cinnamon. You can go on Amazon. We'll send it to you as a hard copy. Or you can order it for your Kindle. That's where I love to read it. I finished my painting project for the moment on characters from I'm the Legend of the Cinnamon. We have John the Baptist, the cousin of Jesus. I gave them similar hair. We have Joanna, the rich woman who supported the ministry of Jesus. And we have now Xantrippe, the king of Egypt, who took Jesus to see the pyramids when he was just a young